Thanks, Thor. 8 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. 1 year ago, a massive wildfire forced the entire population of Fort McMurray, 88,000 people, to run for their lives. It's the largest natural disaster in Canadian history, with almost $9 billion worth of damage and losses. Many people feel more connected to their community in the wake of the fire, but others are still struggling. Ted Henley is in Fort McMurray this morning.
And good morning from Fort McMurray, Alberta. Very cool, damp start to the morning here today. Sharp contrast to just 12 months ago when it was very warm, desperately hot and windy, fueling the flames of the wildfire that forced 88,000 people from their homes with just a moment's notice. The physical scars still evident in the city of Fort McMurray. Neighborhoods leveled. Building boom is happening right now. 2,600 or so dwellings were destroyed by the fire. About 400 or so dwellings have passed the permitting process, have passed the inspection process, allowing people to move back in, but still a lot of work left to go on that front. And the emotional scars are still very evident when you talk with people here in the city and ask them when they remember about 12 months ago. People still get quite upset. Community gatherings like the one that's going to be happening here behind me in Sny Park, just off of downtown, are happening throughout the day in Fort McMurray today. Community gatherings with a focus of bringing people together and also on mental health, encouraging people to get the support they need to try to keep moving forward from what happened 1 year ago. In Fort McMurray, Alberta, I'm Ted Henley for City News.
Back in this region, another tent city has sprung up to protest homelessness, this time in Maple Ridge.
We have every right to be here, just as anyone else. We're all born with the same set of rights. But it seems that they treat us as if we're subhuman, and that's not okay. Not okay with us. So we're here because this is one piece of property where we might be able to fight our way to stay temporarily until they find something.
Campers set up tents in a city-owned lot on St. Anne's Avenue near the Haney Bypass. Organizers blame the government and the city for failing to deliver on promised social housing. About 40 homeless people have been staying in a low-barrier shelter in the downtown area for 2 years since the Cliff Avenue tent city was taken down. The shelter became a sore spot with the community. It's due to close at the end of the month.
They closed the shelter, canceled plans for social housing, and announced only that they will put down some mats on the floor of the caring place for a 2-month period. This is creating a crisis situation in Maple Ridge that is a high point of tension for homeless people throughout the entire Lower Mainland.
I'm on disability on a fixed income, so I do bottling every once in a while and recycle night to make extra money and stuff like that. And I've had people chase me out of the neighborhoods and threaten me, throw stuff at me, you know, and tell me I'm there to scope out their neighborhood so I can steal stuff. You know, and that's not what I'm there for. I just want to make some extra money so I can get by.
The city says it's seeking legal advice and is monitoring the situation to ensure public safety. Mayor Nicole Reid has spoken out in support of finding a housing solution for the homeless. Her public appearances have been reduced because of personal threats to her safety. The number of home sales in Metro Vancouver last month dropped nearly 26% year over year, but prices continued to climb. The Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver says condos and townhomes appear to be driving the market. They account for nearly 69% of all residential sales. That's up 10% over the same period last year. The composite benchmark price for all residential properties in Metro Vancouver is around $941,000. That's 11% higher than April of last year.
Condos in general and townhomes are extremely active. It's the product that we're looking for right now, and it's due to lack of supply on the market today. We've never seen in the last quite a while the amount of multiple offers that I'm seeing in the market right now. So you really need to work with a realtor to help you through that.
The repair bill to plug an aquifer leak at a property on Vancouver's west side will be approaching $10 million. 2 years ago, a contractor accidentally drilled into a high-pressure aquifer while trying to install a geothermal exchange for a swimming pool on a property in Kerrisdale. Crews had to drill 7 other wells and divert groundwater by building a dual pipeline under roads to a sewer. The city took over the work after the property owner stopped paying a contractor to fix the problem.
Ultimately, this is the property owner's responsibility. The city has taken on this work as the property owner opted not to. We will be claiming those costs against the property owner as tax. Several $million have been already levied against that property owner on the property tax, and we'll be pursuing any other legal means we can to recover the funds.
The city says the province, which is responsible for groundwater, has agreed to pay up to $1 million in unrecovered costs, but it has not agreed to the city's request to increase the amount. A growing number of people are living in boats in Vancouver's False Creek neighborhood to try and cope with the ongoing affordable housing crisis. But more people living on the water means an increase in pollution in this area. City staff are recommending a pilot program this summer. It would provide mobile sewage pump-out services in False Creek. Staff also want the city to identify people who are discharging sewage waste improperly. But since Transport Canada has jurisdiction over the water, Vancouver can't fine the offenders.
Not even at the docks, like just walking around up here, you can honestly smell like I don't know, all the little microorganisms.
I recently started paddling in October, so I have experienced the water in the summer, but I've heard from other people that the summer conditions aren't as good as like winter.